Somebody else who might be described as awesome these days, of course, is one of our absolutely best fighters, the WBA World Super Lightweight Champion. I'm delighted to say we're joined here at TalkSport now by, I'm going to use the word, the great Amir Khan. Hello, Amir.
Hi, how you doing, guys? You all right?
Really good. Thank you for joining us. I guess you're not a boxer for the next 24 hours. You're a fight fan. You're looking forward to this?
Definitely. You know, it's a big fight, and I'm over in America at the moment. I'm going to be tuned in on HBO watching the fight. And, you know, David Haye looks... I've just been watching the weigh-in and everything, and he looks in great shape. He looks very, very explosive, and he seems... You know, like he wants it more than the Klitschko wants it.
Well, I'll come back to that, to your views on how the fight might go in a second. But first of all, Amir, as you are a current world champion, just tell us what will happen in the next 24 hours. What do these fighters do? The weigh-in's over, the razzmatazz is over, the tickets are sold. The next thing is the ring. What do you do in the next 24 hours?
Well, you know, you just want to stay focused and stuff. You might go through the game plan with the trainer and stay calm, carb up, eat the right food. You don't want to eat too much and feel too heavy. I think diet is a key thing. You know, you want to make sure that diet is perfect, and not doing too much. You know, just relaxing really, not walking too much, not doing any more training. Just keeping nice and loose and stretched. You know what I like to do, maybe 24 hours before a fight, I normally have a stretch and just keep loose and hang out with my friends and just sit around really, just and maybe watch 1 or 2 rounds of my opponent just to clear it in my mind, you know, just to get it back in my mind what I need to do and speak to my trainer, like when I sit down with Freddie and me and Freddie go through the game plan again, so it's nice and fresh in my mind. But, I mean, David's done all the hard work. I'm sure he's just going to be sat there relaxing, and he knows all the hard work's been done. He's just going to be focused on the night, really.
Amir, it's Colin Hart here.
Hi, Colin.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks.
Right, now, I've often wondered, and I've had this answered by other fighters, but I'm sure our listeners would like to know. When you go to, well, I mean, you're fighting on July the 23rd. When you go to bed on July the 22nd, and you're lying there, do you go to sleep, or do you do you go through the fight in your mind and find it difficult to sleep?
Well, you know, it depends because you know, you do lie there in bed and think about the fight and what you have to do, and I like to put it in my mind, you know. I like to make it nice and fresh in my mind, and so even when I close my eyes, I'm thinking about what I need to do, what I shouldn't do, and how I'm going to beat my opponent.
So you don't sleep. You don't sleep untroubled like a baby without.
No, I sleep quite well. You know, I'm quite easy that way. I sleep quite well. Once I'm asleep, I sleep all the way through. Sometimes you do have problems when you're making weight and the day before the weigh-in, getting to sleep because of, you know, being dehydrated and stuff. But normally, day before the fight, you know, I'm eager to go. I just have to control myself, calm myself down, and I get to sleep. But yeah, you know, every fight is different. Some fighters probably think too much of their fight and can't get to sleep, and they have a bad sleep. But with me, I mean, once I'm asleep, I'm knocked out.
And Amir, what about the razzmatazz? I mean, I remember watching a documentary about Nassim Hamid, and on the eve of a massive fight in Las Vegas, I think it was, he appeared to have 25 people in the room with him. We saw the weigh-in today. It was a madhouse. Of course, it's always a madhouse. At some stage, surely you've got to get rid of all those people. Maybe just you. I don't know what you do. Tell me what you do. Do you eventually? Because you're going to be on your own in that ring. You can't have the party going on, can you?
Well, everyone's different, really. You know, with Naz, he used to have a lot of people around him. With me, I'm one of them guys. I like to keep the room nice and quiet. Just me, my trainer, my strength conditioner, and probably my friend or my father. You know, who's always in the change rooms. I like to keep it just less than 10 people, or even less than that. Probably sometimes 5 people. And I like my change room nice and quiet, so I can walk around, I can chill out, even when I'm in my room. It's like a few hours before the fight.
Colin,
you know,
I'll tell you a story about Naz, Amir, which you probably find difficult to believe. He was fighting, we were in the West Country, and we were in the press room, and we were having coffee and sandwiches, and Naz was about half an hour to an hour before he went in the ring, and he came into the room to have a chat, and he saw the sandwiches, and he went and nicked half a dozen of them and stood there eating them before he went for his fight. I mean, I've never seen anything like.
Yeah, exactly. You know, every fight is different, and with me, especially like about a few hours before the fight, I like to be in that fight zone. I like to be left on my own. I do meet a lot of people coming in and out of the room, but I like to keep it very short, really. But you know, it's kind of cool, really. I just relax, chill out. I say hi to everyone, and I think they know as well to leave me alone because they're not in fight mode.
Amir, that's your preparation. Now we've got a situation here with these two very big, well, one very big man and David Haye with his skills. What do you think might happen tomorrow? What are you looking forward to seeing, and what do you think might happen?
Well, you know, it's going to be an exciting fight, regardless. We know both fighters can punch, and it's whoever lands the first big punch. You know, the fight could go the first round, or it might last the full distance. But I can't see the fight going the full distance. Both fighters are eager to get in there and knock each other out. They don't like each other, and I really think, you know, with David having that quick footwork, hand speed, and also good movement, lateral movement, I think he'll make Vladimir miss a lot and make Vlad fall onto his shots as he comes in with that big right hand. I think David will catch him with a left hook or a right hand over the top. But it's gonna be very exciting. I think it'll be a fight that, you know, you can't really blink, because there's going to come times in the fight where they both have to dig deep, and they are going to get hurt. One of them are going to get hurt in the fight, because when you've got two big punches in the division who hate each other, I mean, you know, it's not going to be just a boxing fight. I mean, it'll be a bit personal.
Do you really think they hate each other?
I think they do. Yeah, you know, you see the way I see the face-off they had, and also I saw them in press conference and stuff, and you see the personality. It totally clashes. Yeah. I mean, David is a nice guy, but he does get under people's skin. I think that promotes the fight well. But I've never seen Klitschko rattled. I've never seen him, you know, get angry or anything. And in this fight, he does look angry. Maybe David wants him to be like that, so he maybe comes out of his game plan, but it'll be a good one.
Over here, there's been a lot of controversy about the last few days about David Haye going over the top. I don't know if that's got to you in America, but listen, you want to sell tickets, you want to have as many people watching and being at the fight as possible. I don't see you getting involved in this sort of trash talking.
Well, you know, I like to be the quiet one when I fight and stuff, but it does work. I mean, you know, it does sell tickets. It does hype the fight up.
Yeah, but you don't get riled. Your opponent can say anything they like about you. You don't get riled.
Yeah, I think with someone like Klitschko, I think he's got rattled because it's never happened to him before. I mean, it's happened to me since I turned pro, since my first fight. But with Klitschko, I think no one's ever gone under his skin the way David has. David's been at him 24/7, really. You know, he's never really took a step back and spoke respectfully to him. I always shook his hand. With me, you know, I get a lot of opponents talking trash about me and saying they're going to do this and do that, but when it comes to face-to-face, I mean, their tone changes. But, that's what happens with most of them. But with David, I mean, face-to-face, he's been giving Klitschko hell.
I covered Judas' fight with Kostya Tszyu all those years ago. How have you found him? Has he tried to get under your skin by trash talking? Because he's pretty good at trash talking.
That's right. You know, we got speaking a little while ago on Twitter, and he was talking trash and stuff. And you know, I'm one of them guys who just I let my fist do the talking. I let him talk. I mean, I answered it. I got into a little argument with him for maybe a few tweets. After that, I just kind of backed off and said, "Listen, I'll see you on the 23rd of July," and I just left it to that.
Because but that's exactly right. Because let's be fair, unlike any other sport, all the stuff that's talked about beforehand, it's meaningless because you have to have a proper face-to-face encounter with the guy to earn your money.
Exactly, and when I met Zabjuda at the press conference face-to-face, I mean, he was quiet. He was kind of cool in the press conference till we got head-to-head. He started going on a little bit, but other than that, he was nothing like he was on Twitter, so maybe it was someone else controlling his Twitter page for him. But to be honest with you, I think it just hyped the fight up. People got talking about the fight, and it's great promotion for the fight.
And you're in good shape yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I'm in the best shape I can ever be in. I mean, I've got sparring today. It's only about 1 o'clock here in the afternoon.
Funnily enough, I'm watching you on the television at the moment, a Reebok advert. You look very fit.
I look fit. That was out of training as well. That was out of training. So I always keep in shape.
You look pretty good, man. You look pretty good.
Hey, tell me.
I'm looking forward to the fight. I mean, it's going to be an explosive one. We know Zabjuda, 5-time world champion, and the fight will be on prime time on Channel 480 on Sky. But to be honest with you, it's a fight that you can't really miss because you've got two explosive fighters. And, you know, I'm the quiet one. Zabjuda is the one who's doing all the talking. Right. So let's see how it goes.
Anyway, good luck against Judah, and if you beat him, that's another one step up the ladder to the word of greatness and eventually Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Colin.
Well, listen,
nice
Amir,
speaking to you guys anyway.
No, great to talk to you. Get back to your training or whatever it is you're doing right now. Thank you very much indeed. That's Amir Khan, of course, the WBA World Super Lightweight Champion, talking a lot of sense there, and as excited. Good to hear a fighter. He's as excited about the actual match as I am. He's just a fan now.
I'm sure he's going to be a fan tomorrow, and he'll be rooting for David Haye, obviously.
It's very interesting so far, Colin. We've got another great British world champion coming on in a second. Whether it's David Haye's personality or his presence in British boxing, I've not seen one current British pro or just recently retired pro who isn't backing him to win.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to remind you that the worst judges of boxing are very often the boxers. It's like asking a jockey who's going to win the next race. They never come up with the winner.
Okay.
So, you know, be wary of fighters predicting.
Okay, well, Amir Khan has given you, so I think they're a very fascinating insight into what it's like in the build-up to a world title fight.